You're as famous and as accomplished a broadcaster as there is, but I think a big reason why you're so well thought of is how understated you are. You famously called Kirk Gibson's home run here, 1988. 70 seconds went by. You didn't say a word.
No.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
Today's sportscaster might be inclined to inject some type of clever remark that's going to get retweeted 100,000 times. When you see the state of sports casting in 2014, does that part of it rub you the wrong way?
No, because I don't listen, in all honesty.
You don't watch games?
No, not at all. If the team goes on the road and I don't have to go with them, I won't listen. I'll read about it the next day in the paper, but I'd rather just get away for that day or two that I have. When I was very small, about 8, 9 years old, we had a big 4-legged radio with crossbar underneath it. And I would get a pillow on a Saturday for some football game, let's say Duke, North Carolina, and I would put the pillow underneath there. I didn't know any of the players. I knew nothing, but I'd be listening to the football game, and when the crowd would roar, let's say on a touchdown or a long run, my head was directly underneath the speaker, and the crowd noise would come down like water out of a shower head, and it would just consume me. I would be goosebumps from head to toe. And I used to think, oh my gosh, I love that roar. I wish I was there to hear the roar. To this day, when there's a ball hit that affects the moment, I love to shut up to hear the roar. I know I probably set a record for silence when Henry Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record, because number one, I love to hear the roar. Number two, there's nothing better to me than the roar. I can't really add anything to the roar. Sometimes, only a couple of times, while the roar is on, my mind is working and you might come up with something. When Henry hit his home run and I stood in the back of the booth, I took the headset off, didn't want any part of it. But it suddenly hit me that this is not just a home run. This is not just breaking a record. This is a black man in the Deep South getting an ovation of all ovations, breaking the record of a white icon. That's what hit me, and so that's why I said about what a great home run it was, not just for Henry and the Braves and Georgia, but for the whole country. And when Gibson hit the home run, I again went back to the booth, let the crowd roar, and that gave me time to suddenly realize, wow, in a year that's been so improbable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not so much humility, it is a solid basis that I can't say anything better. And I remember very early, one of the first World Series games I ever did, somebody hit a home run, and the network always repeats. So I did the home run, and now they're going to show it again. And I just decided, well, I've already called it a home run, I'm not going to call it again. So I never said anything. And a writer writing a TV column said perhaps Vin Scully made his greatest contribution by not saying anything. And I took that really as a compliment, and that's why I do it.
Vin, you've achieved incredible professional success, and at the same time in your life, you've experienced the worst kinds of personal sadness. Your first wife passed unexpectedly. She was 35. That was in 1972. 1994, you lost a son in a helicopter crash. He was 33. And the reason why I want to ask you this is because people just see you on television being happy and doing your thing. And I imagine there are people watching us and listening to us who have also endured the worst kind of personal tragedy and have to muster the enthusiasm, the drive, just right foot, left foot, going to work and doing a good job. How'd you do it?
Well, probably the greatest single gift that I received is my faith. My mother and father taught me, sent me to Catholic schools, grammar school, high school, college, and my faith, thank God, has been unwavering. Even when complete disaster struck, I cried, but I prayed while I cried, asking for strength. Couldn't ask to understand. I found in my lifetime the biggest waste of time is trying to figure out life. There's just no answer. Why did that happen? Why did this have to happen to me? Why? We don't do that.